Hi everyone, welcome back to Cabin Crafts and Simple Living, and this is part 2 of our tutorial on how to paint like Rufus Porter. And again, I am going to show you how to finish our little chest that we had started yesterday. I forgot to grab my gloves real quick, so let me do that. I don't want to get paint on my hands. Here I thought I had everything ready to go, and then I didn't. So I'm going to grab some gloves real quick and stick those on. And so today there's our little background. This is our sky and clouds and grass. These are really tight. I need to start a new group for people called Craftaholics Anonymous, because that's what I am. But I have absolutely no intention of recovery, so maybe I shouldn't start that. But anyway, I wanted to show you how we're going to do some of this like rolling grass. And to do that, you use these cute little fan brushes. Now you can actually get these at Walmart even. I mean, besides, a craft store. And we're going to turn to some of our key pages in here. And again, let me hold that up close. And we're going to do, a little bit of grassy landscape. So we're going to start with, and one of the things you want to do is you always want to do your lighter colors and build on top. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to do our darker colors and then build on top with our lighter colors. And so we've already got our dark green, and some of the colors we're using today, I'm just going to go ahead and get those out for you. I've got, this is crocodile green, so this is a little bit of a lighter green. No, this is palm leaf. I actually wanted boy, I'm not prepared at all today. I wanted crocodile green. I had that by the oodles yesterday. There it is. Crocodile green. It's a little more olivey color. So crocodile green. I've got a little bit of antique gold. I think I want to do this in the fall. Fall's my favorite time of year, especially since it's so hot right now. And then this is terracotta. So I'm going to start, and I already got my paints in my palette over there. So I'm going to start with a little bit of this crocodile green, and I did put the wrong green in there, so I'm going to put some of this green in there. And of course I grabbed one that wasn't open, and now I put my gloves on, so it's kind of like Lucille Ball trying to do a painting class here. Let's see, where do I want to put it? We'll just put it on top of this blue pile. And so you'll see that the trick in this is going to be in the brush, and we're just going to lay our brush just on the edges, and we're just going to kind of, and I hope you can see that. It might almost be too much of the same color. Maybe I will go back up into this lighter green. I'm not even going to clean my brush off. And just lay down a little bit of grass. Yeah, that's better. I think you can see that now. And just where those little undulations are, just kind of follow those. And I hope you can see this. We're just kind of going up against those and laying down a little bit of little grass. Happy little grass, as Bob Ross would say. My hero when I was a kid. I used to just love to watch that guy. He just relaxed me so. And he's still really popular. I mean, even after all these years. And I'm not even going to clean off my brush. And I'm going to go up into this antique gold. Because, sometimes our grass is kind of starting to get a little dry, maybe. I'm just kind of going under that with a little bit of the gold. Just a little bit. Sometimes paintings like this, it's almost like decorating a cake. It's like, when do you stop? And actually, I'm going to go into a little tiny bit of, I've got some really watered down brown, and I'm going to go over the top of some of that. And as you can see, it gives our painting some depth. So there you go. So I'm going to put this in my water jar because we're going to need it in a minute. So as you can see, again, up close, that was done with a fan brush. And then here's our version. Okay. And then next we have, I've got a teeny weeny little fan brush too. I might use him, I might not. I'm not sure. Now I've got what's called a liner brush. And I've got some watered down, this is burnt umber, but y'all can use any kind of brown you want. Doesn't matter. Just whatever you have on hand. Okay. And we're going to lay in a tree. And again, and I'm going to roll my brush and roll off some of the excess. And I'm just going to go in with a big sticky tree here. And he's kind of tall and thin. And just go straight up, and you just bring your brush lightly up as you get to the top. And then we'll give it a few branches. And another one. And on some of these, you don't even have to reload your brush. You can just kind of let it do its thing. And we got some little ones. And I think that's good enough. And then maybe we'll put another one, maybe not quite so tall, on this side. I hope you can see because I'm left-handed. There we go. There we go. That's it. That was easy, wasn't it? Okay. And then we're going to get that fan brush back out. I think I will get the big one back out. If I can find where I put it. Where'd you go? There you are. Always have lots of paper towels ready, folks. Lots of paper towels. I don't have that thing where, you know, he did the beading thing, but I guess we could do that if we really wanted to be dramatic. But, you know, there's enough drama in the world, don't you think? I think so too. But we will get it as dry as we can because we want it to fan back out again. And I'm going to go darker. And I'm going to do some of this terracotta up here. Because like I said, I want mine to be, well, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm just going to kind of dab that back off. I'm going to go back down into this crocodile. And it won't matter because we're going to put a little of that tear. These leaves are just starting to turn. And we're just going to kind of hit the tips of this. And make these folk arty bushy trees. And you can see we're going over our cloud. So that's why he's in the background. And then we're going to do this little guy over here. Same way. Kind of maybe see the tree branches in the background because they're starting to fall. I think I will get the little one out now because I'm going to use a little bit of this terracotta. I haven't used this little bitty one. I don't know what it's going to do. So, you know, this is going to be a surprise for both of us. I'm just going to lightly hit that. And we'll do the same for the other. And I'm hitting the edge of this thing. So I'm not globbing with this. This is a little bit more delicate work. You're not just globbing like I was with the sky and all that. We're not just globbing paint on there. We're just kind of lightly putting some on. Very lightly. If it looks too globby over here, you can... I'm not even cleaning my brush. I'm going to go into some of this antique gold. Just lay a little bit of antique gold on top of that. There we go. And now the other one. A little bit of antique gold. There we go. We got two happy little fall trees. So now what I like to do, since we've got fall trees and we've got fall leaves that have fallen, is I like to just take a little bitty brush. Let me find a little bitty brush. Kind of a tiny one. There's one. And like I said, you can get these brushes at Walmart. Even. And I like to go in, get a little bit of paint on my brush, and I'm just going to drop some leaves on the ground, kind of at the bottom of that tree where they would have fallen. Even on top of that grass that we just highlighted. Looks like leaves fell down here, and we'll do a few of the gold ones too. And they kind of can blow out, because leaves blow pretty far. You just drop a few leaves all over, as far as you want. It's your, as he used to say, it's your world. It's your world. So we're going to come over here and do some more. Just little dots. They're little leaves. And if you get too many of them in one spot, then, it's a pile. You really can't make a mistake. We'll go over here. Kind of have them fade out a little bit as they get over there. Now I'm just going to go get some of the yellow. And go in and do some of the yellow. And throw some of those in. Throw some yellow in over here. There we go. We've already got a fall landscape going. Now here's the fun part. I I made some stencils. I cut some stencils out a long time ago, and you can buy a plain stencil that you can cut yourself. And I cut out, this is going to be the front of the house. This is the side. And then we're going to lay these windows over that whole thing. So you can see these are going to be sections. Then this is the roof for the front of the house. This is the roof for the side of the house. And they're in different sets because this is going to be darker. So this is going to be a darker brown. I mean a red. This will be a darker red. The black goes over it all because it's blackout window and doors. This will be a gray. This will be a black. So I'm just going to let this dry a little bit. And I want to get my house centered where I want to put it. And I actually might put a piece of tape on there. Good old frog tape. And you can see how fast that acrylic dried. We're just moving right along. But I don't want it to move while I'm doing this. And I've got, for the house, I've got heritage brick. I like red houses. So I just buy you can get these cheap spouncers anywhere, Walmart, whatever. And I've got my heritage brick paint, and we're going to go into this. And you can see it's on the bottom, but we're going to take a lot of that back off. We're going to go back onto some paper towel, and I'll just do it up here so you can kind of see it. We're going to start in the middle of the stencil and spounce that on. And believe it or not, the itinerant stencilers like Rufus Porter and Moses Eaton, they stenciled a lot of their work. They even had stencils for trees. There we go. And we can worry about it not being right down on the grass later. That's going to dry real quick. And so I'm going to do the side of the house next. And so you're just going to line up the edges of your house right next to that. Just try not to smear everything around. And I'm going to go right into, I'm not even cleaning my brush. I'm just going to go right into this darker red that I've made over here. And I made that by adding a little bit of black to that brick red. And I'm just going to go in and spounce that on. And the reason why you take a lot of it back off is so that you don't bleed under your stencil. And there we go. So now we have the shadow of the side of our house. If you got a little bit of a line there, don't worry about it. We can go back in with a paintbrush and clean that up. And I'll show you how to do that. Where'd my other one go? Okay, now we're going to put on the left-hand side of the roof. And I'm going to line up that corner right there with the corner of this house right here and lay it right against the edge. I'm going to move my tape. Just kind of tape it down. I got a smaller stencil brush. And I had to make my own gray paint because I didn't have any. Same thing. And now take it off. Now, especially on these blacks, you especially want to take a lot of it off because black bleeds really bad under your stencil. And you'd be surprised. It doesn't take much to get it. Oh, look what I did. Candy Sue. It's live. Well, I'm never doing that again. So see, even I make mistakes. Okay, fixed. Good thing it's acrylics. If this was If this was oils, we would all be in big trouble. Okay. Well, you all wouldn't, but I would. And also we're going to sand this lightly and age it, and it's not going to matter. So now I'm going to line up the edge of that. And I'm going to go into my black. And again, now that we're in the black, don't put it on the thing, Candy. Take most of that off because black bleeds really bad. And that's all I'm going to do. I can even see a little light blue around the edge, but there we go. So, I'll clean that up with a little liner brush. And I'm going to lay this back down, and I'm going to put line up the edge of my I'm going to get my doors and windows on here, and my door. And I need a new piece of tape because that one's not sticky anymore. So I just cut these out with an X-Acto knife, and I've already still got black paint on my and I'm not really doing this really hard, and I can still see. You can lift up your, there you go. There's a house. How easy was that? Okay, so now I actually have a stencil. Let me find it. I did have one for little trees or for little bushes. Here it is. I've got like little trees that we can put along here. A couple little trees next to the house. They would have done that. So we're going to do that. A little landscaping. And with my other little spouncer brush here, I'm going to get a really small one. And I'm going to use this alligator paint or crocodile, whatever it was called. I know there is a difference between alligators and crocodiles. Down under, you all have crocodiles. In America, we have alligators. Ours are freshwater, yours are saltwater. Okay. There's a couple of bushes or shrubs. We'll put one on each side. One thing about early America, everything was very symmetrical. And I think I might even put a couple more. Put some on either side of this tree. Like I said, it's your place. You can do whatever you want. There we go. Voila. Now, I'm going to find my little fan brush. Well, first let's take care of a couple of these issues since let's take care of some of these line issues here since I've got paint already mixed and stuff. So I'm just gonna go into my red paint here, and I'm gonna make a line. Right there where that blue was. And I'm going to do the same with my black. I'm going to fix this black. And when that dries, no one will ever know. Problem solved. Okay. And now let's fix our grass. So I'm going to find my little fan brush. That's the big one. I lost him. Where'd you go, baby? I know I put him. Oh, there he is. Okay, we're going to fix a little bit of this grass. And I'm going to go up into the house a little bit. And we're just going to kind of blend that in. There you go. Nobody knows. And then we'll go back in with some of our lighter grass and highlight again. And while I've got that light green on my, the sun is coming from this way. And how do I know that? Because there's a shadow on that side of the house. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to have to turn this a little bit sideways because, like I said, being left-handed is not easy. And so I'm going to just highlight the left-hand side of these bushes, like the sun's hitting them a little bit. So the green is lighter on that side. It just kind of makes your stuff look a little more and if your bushes are up in the air like mine, you can just take your fan brush and make them hit the ground again, come back down to earth. Again, this is why I love folk painting, because if you make a mistake, you can fix your mistake. All right. What do you think so far? And I think I would like to have, I'm going to take this liner brush again. I might make a little pathway. I'm going to take some of this khaki, and I'm just going to make a little path in front of the house because, you know, people would have worn a path in front of the house going to the house. So we want to think about perspective a little bit here. You're going to start out small and get really big. Because it's further away, it's smaller, and as it gets closer to you, it's bigger. Of course, having to do it with a liner brush is not probably the best choice. But maybe it'll make it look like there's tracks or something in the road. It goes just right off of the edge of the deck of the chest. And I just made a boops. And again, not a big deal. We can go back over there. And I'm going to go into some of this brown and just kind of mix it in. Make it look a little more realistic. There. And now I have another stencil that I had cut. And this one, I'm just gonna kind of lay right up in the middle. This is geese. This is geese flying away. And I'm gonna get one of my little spouncers and go into this gray. And just lightly hit them. And if you just want to do V-birds, you can. And that's going to be all for today. So thanks for watching. There's our birds. Bye.